Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being with me here today for this video, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to be playing with the brand new ABH Fall Romance palette. My palette just arrived last night. I really wanted to dig into it right away, but I decided to wait till this morning so that I could have natural lighting and give you a better representation of what the palette looks like. So let's look at it. Oh, look at those colors. Oh, there went the plastic. This palette looked really, really dark in all of the promo photos that I saw. And so I was really curious because I knew that ABH is really good about undertones for, you know, like most people. And although this looks really deep and a lot of people were saying that it just looks too dark for them, I have a feeling that this is going to be a little bit more of a universal color story than some people might anticipate. So let's test that out. I have, currently I have a little bit of a tan still from summer. We are now in fall, but yeah, so like in my Pat McGrath shade currently, I'm a light medium 14. If that gives you any help about what shade I am as far as for foundation. And then in the L'Oreal True Match, my perfect shade right now is N3. Is that right? Oh no, N4. N4, I'm darker than I thought. Okay. Anyway, so that gives you an idea of my shade currently. I do get lighter in the winter and the spring, so I'm curious to see how this palette will work for me then. But I'm really excited to get into it. I'm going to create 2 different looks and then share my thoughts with you on the palette. I'm going to try to use all the shades, but I'm not just going to use every shade to create some wacky look. I'm going to create wearable looks, like looks that I would actually wear. So yeah, let's get into it. Because so many people were saying they had no interest in the palette, I was really curious. I was like, how on earth is ABH going to release a palette that nobody likes? I'm like, I think it's just the lighting. So I was really curious and I decided to order it. You know, I really wanted to have this palette for the fall. I thought it was a really, really beautiful color story. And when I found out that all of these shades are eye safe, all 14 shades are eyeshadows. None of them are pressed pigments. So every shade in this palette is an eye safe shade, which makes me really happy because I don't like paying full price for a palette that I can't use like 1/3 of the shades on my eyes, you know? I mean, it's just, what is the point of that? Okay, I digress. Anyway, so I was so happy when I saw in the Trend Mood post of the sneak peek release of this on Instagram that they said all were eyeshadows. And so that made me want to get the palette right away. I was like, between the color story and the fact that all are eye safe, because some of the newer palettes have been pressed pigments and eyeshadows. Well, pressed pigments, you're not supposed to, you know, according to the FDA in America, you're not supposed to use those around the eyes. They're not safe for eye use. So when I saw that all of these were eye safe, I was really excited and I wanted to check it out. Alrighty. Now that my eye primer is on, this is really a beautiful palette. Let's see. And my nails match perfectly. I picked up this nail polish at Marshall's for like $3.99. Wow, I was kind of expecting more of like a wine tone, like the color of my t-shirt. I was expecting a wine tone in this palette. I thought this color here was going to be more wine, but it actually looks a little bit more brown wine. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work. Is that a satin? Let me put my glasses on because I can't see a damn thing up close. Hold on. Okay, so we only have 3 mattes in this palette. Leather, Crimson, and Twilight. Those are the only mattes. So let's just see what happens. I don't know where I'm going to start from here. I'm finally using my Hakuhodo eye brush set for the very first time. Okay, I've had these over 1.5 years. I've had these over 1 year and I've never used them. I'll get into the reason why some of the time in some other video once I'm reviewing them. But yeah, I'm finally going to use them. They've already been washed and dried. So I'm going to be testing out these eye brushes as well as the palette and share my initial thoughts with you along the way. I'm going to start off with leather. Let's start off with leather. It's the lightest shade. And this is the biggest fluffy brush that I have in the Hakuhodo set. Okay. Picks up really nicely. That color looks pretty. Okay, so make sure you tap off so that you don't get a lot of fallout. Ooh, that's a pretty color. It looks a little bit more khaki green in the pan. Well, hold on, let's look. That actually is exactly how it looks, so that's good. It's just, I went in really lightly, so let's build it up a little bit. That's pretty. It does have a little bit of a hint of a green undertone. Just a little bit, and that shade is called Leather. Wow, that's a beautiful crease color. Like that right there could be a real easy, simple one and done. Because this palette is leaning really, really deep, I'm trying to be careful. I normally go in with like more full blast pigment to start. That's just what I like to do, but I don't want this look to get out of control quickly. So I'm just gonna kind of slowly build it up. That's really pretty. Honestly, that's a gorgeous one and done shade right there. And I'm using the same color and just building it up a little bit further down here in the outer V to kind of create some depth. Ooh, that's a gorgeous shade. I love, oh my God, I love the way that looks. That's a beautiful, beautiful matte. Look at that. Oh my God, I already love this palette. I'm gonna go into Ember, which is this kind of dark, grungy, khaki brown. It looks like one of those mattes with glitters in it. So let's just see how that performs all over the lid. I'm gonna go in with my MAC shader into this glittery shade, and I'm gonna try to build that up out here. On the back half of the lid, I just wanna kind of create a simple eye with these colors and see how that goes. Looks like a matte with a slight bit of a sheen, which isn't a matte, I know, but it looks more matte than it does sheen. It's a really beautiful shade. I don't normally like mattes with glitter in it. I like my mattes to be matte, but I'm trying to be open-minded because some brands can do them really well. Like, I don't know. It turned me off of ColourPop, but like, I don't mind ABH's from the one in the Cosmos palette. Maybe I should have kept that in the outer edge, but let me just blend all that nicely here together. Yeah, that wasn't really what I was trying to do because that got darker than my outer edge. That's okay, because we've got more dark shades that we can use. I'm gonna take a Rephr 14. And now we're gonna try this shade Crimson right here. We're gonna use that to deepen up the outer edge. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of Crimson. Oh, that turned it that beautiful burgundy shade that I was like longing for. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at how that blended together. Oh my God, I love the way those colors mixed. Wow. Okay, I'm loving this palette. It is getting a little deep, but I don't think it looks too deep. Like, I do like bold colors. Ooh, look at that. That is so beautiful. I really like the way that shade mixes with leather. Ooh. And they're blending together beautifully. Like, I'm not having any problems with them mixing together. Okay. Wow, that's gorgeous. I love that so much. Okay, so since this got a little bit more burgundy, I was originally planning to go with that really, really light shade called Fireside. This is Fireside right here, but I actually think, let's try Smoke. Smoke is this one here in the inner corner. Now I'm going to use this Hakuhodo brush. Here's the information. Smoke. I almost picked up the wrong one. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, wow. That's so pretty. Look at that. That really softened up the look a lot and helped like bring it back down from some of the extreme drama. Makes it look a lot more wearable in my opinion. Let's do that to the other eye. That's really pretty. Okay, that's coming out. That's coming together really nicely. I want to work on the lower lash line. I want to try this dark, kind of warm, rich brown back here called Mulberry. That one looks like it's a satin. I'm going to take this little brush from the JH Morphe set into this one. Oh, that one is more burgundy, a lot more burgundy. Brings that berry shade back in. See that? That might have been just a slight bit too warm for the upper eye, but it's not bad. Let me now try a little bit of the crimson. The back corner here. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, I take a little bit more of that crimson with this same brush and bring it just down into here. I'm going to do a little bit more of that smoke shade. I'm going to use my E27 from Rose and Ben and see if that'll work. That might be too large for me. No, actually, that's perfect. Okay. I haven't sprayed it or anything. Sorry about my chair. I haven't sprayed it or anything yet, so let's see what it looks like dry. Actually, we know what it looks like dry. It looks like it does at the top, but let's see with a thicker brush and a line if it goes nicely. Ooh. I like that a lot. This brush is so perfect for that area right there. It literally just fits perfectly into the shape that I have there. I mean, I don't have a lot of room usually. Some brushes are just too thick for this area, which is why I often leave it kind of blank. That's the perfect brush for me. I feel like that's the look right there. But let me just pile on a little bit more of smoke to this back half and see if we can make it a little bit more shimmery right here. All right, so there's the first look. Let's take a good look at it. Let me add some eyeliner and mascara and I'll be right back to show you the completed first look. Okay, here's the finished first look with eyeliner and mascara. Let me know what you think. I think it's a really wearable look. It is a little bit dark on the outer edge, but I deepened it up. You could have left it with just that leather shade and it would be a lot lighter and more wearable with just like the slightest little hint of a grunge undertone without being too much for an everyday work look if you have a strict makeup policy like a lot of corporate businesses do. Yeah, so I just wanted to show that you can do a really easy wearable look with this palette if you want to. So there's the first look. I used 5 shades for this look. I really, really love it. Let me know what you think of this look down below. Okay, so as much as I don't want to wash my face off because I would love to wear this look for the day, I really do want to create another look for you and then get this video up. So, yeah, take a look at the first look. Okay, let me get a photograph of the look and then I'll go wipe it off and we'll create the next look. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I wiped off that look and I've got my eyes primed. So if my makeup looks a little crazy, that's why. Anyways, I'm ready to go into the palette for the next look. This look, I want to play with some of the really, really deep dark colors. I want to check out the purple, the lavender, some of this like fiery gold shade. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the same shade leather in the crease again, because that's kind of the closest thing to a crease shade that I have in this palette as far as like a transition color. I don't always do a transition color, but a lot of people do. So I want to try to use that same technique. I'm going to use that same Rephr 14 that I went into crimson. And I'm going to use that to build up the outer corner. Without going on top of leather like I did last time, this crimson shade is a lot more purpley brown. It's really pretty. That's nice. I love the way those two blended together. All right, I love the way that looks. If you slowly build up that deep mulberry shade, it's not too dark. It's just like got a beautiful smoky color. Okay, so that's how that looks so far. That's really pretty together. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's leather and crimson blended together. I really want to see what midnight looks like on the lid. So I'm gonna try it with a brush and see how it applies with the brush. I'm gonna go in with the MAC synthetic shader here. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Can you see that shade? Okay, so that's what it looks like with a brush. I'm curious. Let's see what happens with the finger, even though I can't get good placement with the finger. Here's that shade. Yeah, it does look better with the finger. Ooh, do you see that? That's so pretty. Which one? Midnight. I almost picked up the wrong shade. I do that every time. Yeah, it just comes out better looking with your finger, more smooth and more like pigmented than with a brush. Okay, now with a detailed shader, I'm using this brush here. Okay, I'm gonna go into Moonlight right here. We're gonna put that in the inner corner. That's not even picking up. This might not be a good enough brush. Let's just see. I don't think this brush is it, sis. Oh yeah, I picked up. It's just not that obvious on the brush, that's all. Sure did pick up. Wow, that's pretty. But not as impactful as I was hoping. Let me try a different brush. Here is this one. Same shade, Moonlight. Yeah, that one looks like it's picking up better. Oh my God. Oh, that shade is so pretty. I don't really know if you're able to see it very well on camera, but it is really pretty. Oh my God, can you see that? Ooh, it builds up really nicely. I hope you can see the effect that that is giving me, because here in person, that looks like, ooh, some purpley witchy goodness. I love it. Oh my God, I'm so here for that shade. I haven't even sprayed it, okay? I'm doing this completely dry. I've decided I'm not gonna spray my shadows anymore because I feel like it does change the way that it goes on, and it kind of changes like the color and everything of it just a little bit. So I'm gonna just use my shadows dry for the most part. I mean, like if one is really lackluster and I'm desperate to try to amp it up, then sure, I'll wet it. But for the most part, I'm gonna try to just use these dry. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my pinky and I'm gonna try to build that shade up. It is so much better with the finger. Holy moly. Oh, I love that shade. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Look at that. I'm so glad I got this palette. Yeah. Okay, so there is that shade. I want to see what else I can do. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Fireside. I feel like purple and orange go really well together. So let's see how those two work out. I'm gonna use this teeny tiny little detailed brush here from Hakuhodo. That shade's soft. Okay, Moonlight was pressed pretty hard, but Fireside is pressed really soft. I'm just gonna put that right here. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see the difference that made, but it did add a little bit of like a peachy sheen to my inner corner, and it brightened up really beautifully onto the purple. I hope you can see that. I love this brush, so small and detailed, perfect for this area, because I don't have a lot of room there for my inner corner like some people do. I have really small eyes and almond shaped, which makes it even less space to work with than normal in that spot. Okay, that shade is like a little bit of a shimmery pink. It's really pretty. I really want to see what this bright purple does. I don't know if it's going to go great with the rest of the look, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to go into Divine. This purple here is called Divine. Let's see what happens here. Wow, that's bright. Ooh, that's pretty. That would have been really nice on the lid. It's a little bit too pink purple for going into the top like that, but I love the way it looks on the bottom. I'm not gonna leave it just like that though, because it doesn't quite go with the look completely, but I'm gonna work it out. Hold on. Oh my God, that shade is beautiful. That would be gorgeous all over the lid with just like a really bold highlight in the inner eye. And like a black wing. Oh my God. I love that color so much. It is so pretty. Man, it is really bold. I'm not done yet. Clean brush, clean little bitty brush. I'm just gonna blend that lower line. Soften it up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna use crimson for the lower lash line, just to line it really closely up against the lashes. Kind of like a liner right there. I really like the way that looks. Back into that same shade with my fluffy Rephr 14. And I'm gonna try to deepen up this outer corner a little bit more since we got pretty intense at the top. Ooh. Love the difference that that made. Blend out my edges. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of this shimmer here into the back half of the lower lash line, because I feel like it's just a little bit too bright for my personal preference. Just a little bit. For that like dark richness. Real lightly over this like back half. Yeah, see how that just like toned down that brightness towards the back a little bit? Made that look a little bit more cohesive in my opinion with the top. I like that a lot. Can you see the difference? This is like a lot more bright pinky purple, and now I toned it down like that. That was the palette closing. Wow, that's so nice. Just to see what this shade here does, I'm going to put that in the lower lash line on the front. I don't actually know if it's going to go really great with this look. Like it might throw it off with the colors, but I really just want to see what it does. So I want to see what it looks like. Let's hope it goes together. I feel like because it's in this palette and it's a curated color story, I feel like it is going to go together. This is Crown. We're going to see how Crown looks as a lower lid, as a lower inner corner highlight. It does add a pop of brightness right there. I'm not sure if it goes with the look, but I don't think it doesn't either. This is more of like, this is the perfect green shimmer for the lid to go with the green. So this has got a hint of green in it, like a little bit of a green gold. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Natasha Denona Gold palette. Just a little bit, not really, but a little bit. Kind of like a little bit of like a dragonfly color, do you see? Which is the vibe that I get from the gold palette. So yeah, I don't think that really goes with this look completely, but I wanted to see what it looks like. So here we are. All right. I don't know if I like that there. Yeah, I don't like that there. So let me try to wipe that off. Hold on. Okay, I wiped that down a lot. You can kind of see it a little bit, but not really. I'm going to go with Fireside on that front part of the lower lash line. I just feel like that's more of the better accent for these tones. Yeah. I feel like that's a more cohesive combination of colors. Anyways, we're gonna just leave it like that and call it intentional. I'm gonna try to blend it out some. There we go. Okay. I wanna see what Fireside does on top of the purple. I'm just curious, so let's just see. Ooh, yeah. That amped it up a lot. Ooh, that's really pretty. Can you see the difference that made? I love that. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. That's the brightness that I needed with the purple. Holy moly. That's it right there. Okay. There's the second look done. Let me get some eyeliner and mascara on, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look and share my initial thoughts with you on the palette. Okay, here's the finished look with eyeliner and mascara. I changed the lip to a little bit more of a purple hue. Let me know what you think of the eye look. I really, really love the way it turned out. I used 8 shades to create this look. Let me know what you think. Which look do you like better, the first one or the second one? I love this one because it's got like the purples, but I really, really liked the first one too. So far I've got I've only got 2 shades that I didn't use in the palette so far. Oddly enough, I didn't use either of the greens, ironically, since I'm wearing green nail polish. I thought I was going to do a green look. Anyway, yeah, so next time that I play with it, I'm definitely going to check out the greens. I used most of the shades in the palette today. I think if you thought this palette was going to be too dark, I think give it a try. I think you might be surprised. The colors are really buildable. They look really deep. They can go super deep if you want, but you can also make them really light and blend them out and just like slowly start to build them up so that you can reach your desired intensity. You don't have to go full on deep bam like the way that it looks in the palette. So I like that you can use this in a more lighter version of the dark colors so that you can get that like same effect, but in a more wearable look if you have a lighter skin tone. I am super impressed with this look. I love this eye look so much. This purple, like these purples and that fireside combined with, oh, yeah, I'm so here for this palette. I'm so happy that I picked it up. This palette is just so beautiful for fall. The purples, the fiery orange shade, the leather shade that kind of goes a little bit like a grungy brown, like the perfect crease tone in my opinion for me. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills did a great job with this palette. I had so much fun playing with it today. I'm really excited to wear this look for the rest of the day. And I'm looking forward to making a green look with it next time. But I loved the shades that I played with today. And yeah, now I want to know, what are your thoughts on this palette? Do you still think it's too dark? Are you going to skip this palette? Are you going to shop your stash and try to dupe the vibes? But if you were thinking about picking this palette up, I don't think you would be disappointed at all. It's really beautiful. Whether you've got a lighter or a deeper skin tone than me, I think that everybody is going to be able to enjoy this palette. It's a really amped up color story compared to some of the more softer neutral palettes that ABH has released in the past. So I really like it a lot. This is really beautiful. I'm so happy that I got it. Okay, that's all. I'm rambling. I'm saying the same things over and over again. Let me know down below your favorite look number 1 or look number 2. I'm really curious to know. Yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you think of the looks. Let me know what you think of the palette. Let me know if you're adding this palette to your wish list or if you're going to skip it. I'd love to know. So yeah, comment down below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. And make sure you're subscribed so we can hang out again. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.